Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gary Milwit. I'm from Stone Street Capital here in Bethesda, Maryland, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. The AA-ISP called me last week, asked if I would give everyone out there a tip for 2015 and kind of a lesson learned from 2014. So I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to try to do that. I think you're going to find that if you're watching this, you're going to learn something. So again, if you want to get in touch with me, I'm not a vendor. I'm in the field. My email address is right here. I'm on the AA-ISP website, and I'm a very active member. So, what did we learn in 2014? We went back, we debriefed the entire year, and what we figured was that we spent an inordinate amount of time and a lot of focus on how to prospect. How do we get the leads? How do we use social media? How do we use research? How do we use whatever we need to do to get qualified leads in the door? And then once we get them in, how do we get them on the phone? And then we spent all this time doing that, and we got them on the phone, and our coaches and managers and everyone else started teaching skills and techniques that had to do with closing the sale, or what I'll call all the fun stuff. What we forgot to do, or what we failed to do, was concentrate on everything in the middle of the sales process.
Go.
So, in 2015, if you concentrate on the middle section and the transitions in the sales process, these are your tips. First out of the gates, make sure that you engage the prospect. Engage them. If they call you, know why they called you. If you call them, know why you're calling them. Because the next thing you have to do right away, you have about 10, 15, maybe 30 seconds. You go right to, I'm glad we're talking. It's awesome. I want to learn a lot about your business. This is really exciting. It's the encouragement part. Everyone needs encouragement. Whether you're in the office, whether you're selling, whatever it is, you need encouragement. So you have to make sure that you provide encouragement, get excited. Then, we know the old school, right? You have to build rapport. Build rapport is different than being liked or being, the nicest guy in the room. It's real rapport. In order to build the rapport, you have to be interested in what the other person has to offer you, not what you have to offer them. So be interested, not interesting. And then finally, and the most important thing, everybody needs to have some level of trust. And you have to earn it. So you have to earn a little bit of trust. Do what you say you're going to do. Follow up when you're supposed to follow up. Be credible, right? Because once you lose trust, it's very difficult. And it has nothing to do with whether or not someone likes you. If you have these 4 things on a checkbox, that's about half of the sales process right here. Once you have them, then the tip for 2015 is a transition from what you know, what you've built, into let's talk about this transaction. Let's talk about closing. But in order to do that, you have to ask for permission. You can increase your percent chance to close deals by 35%. That's what we learned in 2014. So in 2015, we're looking for the permission to talk about the deal. If you get your prospect to say, yeah, let's talk about that, right? Then you are off to the races. But more importantly, if you get hesitation, or if you get no, or if you get I'm not sure, or if you get I'm not the decision maker, or anything like that, then you know you have to go right back with the no to the top and start over again.
Go.
So now let's just check for understanding, because I'm going as fast as humanly possible on my low-tech whiteboard here, right, in our coach's corner. But let's just talk about the transition. So here's the number that you need to concentrate on, 35%. You can increase your chances to close deals by 35% if you engage, you encourage your prospect, you build rapport by being interested, not interesting, and you earn some level of trust with your prospect. And by the way, you need to trust them a little bit too. So once you have all these things, then the transition is the permission to talk about how you can help each other. And that can be as simple as, hey, now that I know what's going on, let's really talk about what I have here. What can I offer you? And how can I help you? Because now we can go into the solution part of solving the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wrap this up very simple. The AA-ISP is the association that I belong to. It's one of the only associations that I belong to. And the reason why I'm in it is because, number one, the people are fantastic. It's the best support group for professionals that I've ever been associated with. The way that I learn how they're great, I went to and have been to a lot of their different events. My favorite event of the year is the executive retreat. If you're a director of sales to a senior level director, that's the best event you can ever go to. I highly recommend it. The webinars every week, your salespeople can go to them. You can bring your line managers, you can bring your sales managers, director of sales, whoever, to their leadership conferences, which we'll attend with a variety of our own people. 10 to 12 of our own people will go during the course of the year. We actually give it away as an award. So if you win the trip to go to the AISP. So it's pretty neat. And then finally, the vendors. We have about 10 vendors in our building all the time, and we purchase everything that we use here through the conferences that we go to. So if you're asking me, it's the greatest association in America. It's the American Association for Inside Sales Professionals. You should join.